Hello. So today I was thinking of talking about self compassion and offering an activity where we do a self compassionate break. So, self compassion is our ability to sit in the discomfort, to not kind of harshly criticize or judge ourselves, but more so be able to connect internally with what's happening with us. Um, Sit in it if we choose. We can sit in the suffering, we can acknowledge it. But self compassion is also about being there for yourself. So a lot of times we're really quick to be there for other people. But when it comes to ourselves and what we need, that becomes a more complicated process for whatever reasons that it does. So for a self-compassionate break, all you really need is, 2 to 5 minutes. You can practice much longer if you have that opportunity. I'm in between my sessions right now, and so I thought I would kind of sit back, and you're welcome to do this with me or just get a sense of how it kind of goes and to practice that after. And I offer myself a moment to just connect within, and I do that by just taking a couple deep breaths. And I just start to notice, what I'm feeling and what some of my thoughts are. I'm noticing that I was probably holding my breath a lot this morning because it's a little bit difficult to take some deep breaths in and out. You can notice some tension and some stress, and this is probably where a self-compassionate break is most helpful. So I just start to connect with myself. Right away, I notice that there's some energy, there's some strength in my body, and so I can acknowledge that I'm feeling strong today. I'm feeling a little bit disorganized, and what I oftentimes do is I try to take on the role of the observer. So I almost imagine myself coming outside of my body and looking down because I can get another perspective. I can see, okay, I'm going to need to eat something soon. I'm feeling hungry. Need to drink some more water today. Emotionally, I can identify feeling some stress. It's connected to some tension in my shoulders. When I sit with that, I understand the stress. I can acknowledge that there's some suffering. And when I acknowledge my suffering, I also acknowledge that, suffering is part of the human experience. And there's other people suffering too. And I don't acknowledge that to take away from what I'm experiencing, but I acknowledge it just to kind of normalize that, I think a lot of us are suffering. And when I'm curious about myself, I bring it back to me and just acknowledge, like, this is hard. This is painful. There's no easy avenue out of it. I also can acknowledge I'm doing the best I can. And I am making decisions that are hard. I feel for the stress that my body endures, and I appreciate, I have gratitude for my system for enduring that. I also know that I will get through this, and so I let my system know, like, it's okay that this is hard. I also want to offer some empathy for myself. I think it takes courage to feel. The alternative to, not feeling would be numbness, and I know that that can be a dark path. So I just appreciate my system's capacity to feel the difficult things right now. I also want to kind of acknowledge that I have confidence. I have confidence in myself that I will get myself through this. I want to acknowledge that I'm not alone, that I can lean on my support system if I need. And I'm just going to bring myself back to the present. I'm going to open my eyes and just kind of reflecting. I feel energized. I feel like I attended to myself. I feel like my thoughts have cleared, so I'm able to regulate. And I think that this is the important part of life for us right now, is just to kind of offer some self-compassion breaks, offer some thoughtful words that we oftentimes express easily to others but not ourselves, and to actually just take a few moments out of our day to check in and identify what we actually need, right? And this can be helpful if we're also a person that tends to distract ourselves with technology, alcohol, drugs. The idea is that if you can take these self-compassion breaks before reaching for these behaviors that we normally reach for, maybe you can fill your own cup as opposed to have something kind of superficial do that for us. So just some food for thought. I hope this is something that you can practice if it makes sense for you. Okay, thank you.